Hello everyone, it's Kristen here at Joyfully Thriving and welcome to this week's Frugal Grocery Haul where I am shopping sales at Kroger. I actually did a little bit of shopping last week which counted for the end of my, what was last month? July budget. Oh my goodness, it's August. It has been crazy. We have a lot to talk about. I'll talk a little bit about some things, but if you want to know everything that's going on, stay tuned. Monday, we're going to sit down. We're going to do a long chat because there is a lot going on right now. But today, we're talking groceries and we're talking sales. So I'm going to show you what I grabbed at Meijer last week. Thank you to one of you who reminded me that Meijer had their potatoes on sale. I'm sorry I didn't mention it for the rest of you last week. Hopefully some of you caught it in the comments as well. There are lots of great deals being shared there, so always be sure to check those out on these videos. And then, yes, I'll show you those. And that wrapped up my June budget, and I was right at $509 for July. Sorry, not June, July. August, I have a $525 budget, and I started by shopping at Kroger. So let's look at the sales. I have the grocery ad. I have a menu for you this week and all sorts of other things. But let's get to groceries first. All right, these groceries are the things that arrived over the weekend and counted for my end of July shopping. So I ran into Meijer, thank you to one of you who reminded me, that 3 pounds of potatoes were $1. It was the yellow golden potatoes, and 3 pounds of onions were also $1. So I went ahead and grabbed all of those, 7 of those, plus a bag of cherries at $2.99. So I spent $12.71 at Meijer. And then my 5-pound bag of Reese's peanut butter chips came in. I mentioned this last week. It worked out to 19 cents a pound, whereas at Walmart it was 32 cents a pound. So an amazing deal. I haven't linked on my grocery deal any of these deals, of course. Hopefully it's still going on, but you can check it out too if you bake like I do. I use those for monster cookies and then chocolate peanut butter chip cookies and my peanut clusters actually. And then I got this toilet paper deal. It was part of the promo where if you spent $50, you got a $15 credit. So I subscribed and saved. There was a coupon. I ended up spending $49.88 out of pocket, but I already got a $15 credit in my account. So to make it work, I will use it on my next grocery purchase. I'm just kind of saving it there. But when you add in the toilet paper and the Reese's and all these things, my grand total for the month of June came in at $509.86, which was just under my $525 monthly budget. Now on to August. Here's what I got at this week's Kroger sale. Just a couple things and some different deals. I'll show you all of them in a minute if you want to grab some more. But our milk was $2.59 this week, so I grabbed the 1% is what we drink, and then I grabbed a whole gallon of whole milk to make more crock pot yogurt. Chips are $1.49 this week for the smaller bags, which is a better deal than buying the large ones. If you clip the digital coupon, the Bugles are $1.49, I believe, and the Pringles were $1.19. So kids were shopping with me and saw those and requested those as a special final summertime treat there. Needed some crunchy taco shells, so just got the regular cheap ones for $1.49. This was a great deal. The Pillsbury cake mixes and brownie mixes this week are on sale. Again, clip the digital coupon. The cake mixes are 99 cents, which I love these for a bundt cake recipe, and I have some cake mix cookies. I never just make it as cake, but I grabbed 3 of the yellow and 2 chocolates for that price. Brownies, I believe, were $1.29 if you wanted to do that instead. Grab some French bread clearanced. I don't often see that at Kroger clearanced. So that was 75 cents for the loaf. Some hamburger buns at $1.50. Eggs are really going down. So it was, I think it was $3.99 for 18 or $3.79. So I grabbed 18 more eggs here. I'm doing a lot of baking right now as we're in back to school time. And the deal I was most excited about was the cheese was on sale, $4.99 for 2 pounds. So think, divide it into your 8-ounce blocks. That means you are paying $1.25 for 8 ounces. That is a phenomenal deal on cheese. I never see Aldi cheese that though anywhere else. So yes, I stocked up. Would you believe we were completely out of cheese because I haven't bought it in a while? That's crazy because we love cheese in our family. This deal is also good on the shredded bags, if you prefer that, all varieties, and yeah, you can stock up as much as you want. Cheese lasts a really long time. As you can see, this is December. I'll just stick it in my fridge, but I do have a video on how to freeze cheese, link below if you want to do that. Kraft mayo, and yes, no coupon needed for the cheese deal as well, which is great. Kraft mayo was $2.99, so that's cheaper than Aldi generic right now. Grab one of those. And then chicken breasts were $2.99. Now it's a little cheaper to do the buy one, get one free, but we're having company over and I hadn't thawed enough chicken, so I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy the chicken. Then tissues, these were last week. Remember I said I was having an issue, customer service wasn't open. And so one of you thankfully told me you can actually chat online about customer service and coupon issues, and I did, and they credited the coupon to my account. So it just came off at the register on this current trip. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the total of my tissues into this week's shopping trip since I didn't last time and I didn't return them. For all of these of you who were concerned, I did not return the chocolate chips either. Too busy just making do with that. So here's everything I got at Kroger. And then we did pick up 2 dozen ears of fresh corn. My in-laws were grabbing some and picked some up for us. It was $5 for a dozen ears. So here's 1 dozen we're gonna eat and the other are in the fridge. Baked some homemade bread. I use the Sally's Baking Addiction bread. Love this bread, so easy and so good. And then a pan of gooey brownies, which we're gonna eat for dinner tonight. I'll show you that in the menu plan in a minute. But that's my shopping and baking so far this week. All right, so for all of these groceries at Kroger, like I said, tissues, doing that little exchange and the credit and everything, including everything at Kroger, I spent $77.66. I had $10 for corn on the cob and not shown. Andy was doing some school things and picked me up 2 dozen eggs at Sam's the other day for $6. So I'm right at $100 spent this week. It's just been really busy, so I haven't done a lot of shopping. Let me show you the other deals that are going on at Kroger this week and ad though. Here is the Kroger ad going on through Tuesday, August 12th. Let's look at the deals which we have here. We have ribs for $2.77 a pound, and our store was running Tyson chicken breasts at $2.99 a pound. We also have some hot dogs and turkey at $3.99, our meat deals, and then some cantaloupes and personal-sized watermelons. Those always look so cute at $2.88. They're running a 2-day sale. I didn't think those deals were anything special that week, but smoothies, if you want them, $1.88. Shrimp for $5, Ben & Jerry's $2.49, and the Brownie 2-pack triple rolls, which that seems like an okay price, $4.99. Those are available in store, like it says, or for pickup, but it is only Saturday or Sunday. My favorite deal of the week is 32 ounces of cheese, $4.99, no limit. Shredded or blocks of cheese, great time to stock up. This is just such a good deal right there on cheese, especially if you like it and use as much cheese as we do. We've got some Tyson frozen chicken or meatballs, $4.99. There's the potato chips I mentioned and bought, $1.49. Large boxes of Kellogg's cereal or organic milk, $2.99. Weekly deals this week, I didn't feel like they were that exciting, but we've got some steak for $11.99, 18 ounces of blueberries, $2.99, butter, $3.49 for Lancer Lake. That's a decent price there. We've got some drumsticks, the 8-count, $4.99, or Lindor chocolates. Ice water, $3.49, and then 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up, $5.99. You do have to clip the digital coupons to get all those deals. Flipping over here and turning around, some of the other deals that are going on this week are on a lot of their Kroger brands, seltzer water there, their hamburger buns, all sorts of summer type things here. So just keep an eye on those. Like we talked about last week, they are lowering prices and they're marked by those new shelf tags. They're not as eye-catching, but I'm getting used to seeing those there. Price drops, and keep flipping the ad. We got some produce deals here. It is zucchini season, $1.49. Grapes and some berries and asparagus, $2.99. 3 pounds of ground beef. It is $4.99 a pound in a roll. And then Simple Nature chicken. We've got some sausage, $3.99 there as well. Bacon, 36 ounces for $10. Cakes and baked goods. And then this week we have pizzas, 3 for $10. Still running that buy one, get one free on the Arm & Hammer, which is a very good deal. You can mix and match, so pay attention to that deal. tubs of ice cream for $5.99. And then they are running the same as last week. A lot of the products are the same, some are not, but this is how I got the Pringles there, or the Bugles. LaCroix is still $2.99. Some of the vegetables, $1.69. And pasta, $1.29. I saw some for $1.19. Annie's mac and cheese is 99 cents. There's quite a few things more than what you see here. Quite a few things included in this sale. But all of these deals are going on through the 12th. One of the things I like about sales shopping and having a stocked pantry and freezer is that I can pick and choose the best deals, and then I just skip it. So if the sales aren't all that exciting, I don't have to shop, or my shopping might look a little bit smaller. So that's what it does. By shopping the sale and using what I have in my pantry, I made my menu plan for this week here. We have company coming over on Wednesday. We have my parents are actually going to come up over the weekend and spend some time with us before school starts. Yes, school starts for us next week. Again, I'll talk more about that on Monday because there's a lot going on. But here's our menu plan for the week. So some of you have said you want to see more meals, and I will try to occasionally include this menu plan. I'm trying to get back in the habit of menu planning. I don't know about you, but sometimes I just get stuck in a rut and it's hard to think ahead, but I know life is easier when I have a plan. So here's what we're doing. Wednesday with company, I'm doing cheesy chicken, or it's often called $1 million chicken, with the chicken breasts I brought and has like a cream cheese layer. But I'm also doing a pan of just plain marinated chicken for kids who don't like all the fancy stuff like the adults do. Plus corn on the cob, fruit, homemade bread, gooey brownies, and ice cream from the freezer. Thursday, we're gonna have burgers, corn on the cob again, Parmesan potatoes. I basically wedge potatoes and then coat them in a flour and powdered sugar mixture and roast them in the oven at 350. So kind of like a homemade fry. And then rhubarb crisp for my parents coming. Being in Texas, we did not have rhubarb a lot, and my dad loves it. So from our rhubarb plant this year, I was able to get enough for 2 pans of crisp. So I cut it up and stuck it in the freezer and saved it for when he was here, because I know he'll appreciate it more than my kids will. Friday lunch, we're gonna do easy mac and cheese, fruit, chips, whatever's easy. A lot of times in the summer, we just do sandwiches and things. Dinner, we'll do BLTs with some of our last bacon from when we bought half a hog, and we have tomatoes in the garden, fresh bread, which I just made, and fruit, ice cream, easy things. Saturday morning breakfast, I'm gonna do some double batches of pancakes, probably our chocolate chip pancakes, and get those in the freezer for easy breakfasts when school starts. Lunch will be sandwiches, and then dinners, we'll grill pork chops on the grill with baked potatoes. Sunday after church, we're gonna do cheesy sausage crepes. They're so good. I'll leave links to any of these recipes that are mine in the description below if you want to try them. And then that French bread and canned green beans. Dinner typically is nachos for the kids on Sunday night, and we'll probably do charcuterie and snacks for the adults, just light and easy. Monday lunch, tacos and cornbread. Dinner will be pasta, easy with the kids. And then Tuesday, marinated chicken. I do have on my list, hopefully with my mom's help, to do some more baking. I want to make the crepes. I want to do some low sugar blueberry muffins with all those 99-cent blueberries I froze a while ago, but I need to get bran. I'm still out of bran, and they didn't have any at Kroger today, so I need to get that. And then chocolate peanut butter cookies. So that's what's on my list. It's nothing fancy. I just write it down. I'm going to stick it on the fridge, and that's what we are eating this week. So tell me, what are you eating this week? Any good meal ideas? I still have some zucchini we need to make into zucchini bread. Oh yes, I'm gonna add that to the list. We need to bake zucchini bread. Go keep going through that. Let me know what your best deal is for groceries that you found this week. And as always, thanks for joining me. It was so fun to be here last week and get back into the haul of sharing grocery hauls here. And it's fun to see how excited you are. I know talking about groceries and the deals isn't for everyone, but I'm glad that I have found my people who are just as geeky about groceries and love talking all the deals with me. So thanks so much for joining me. I'll be back next Thursday with our next Frugal Grocery Haul and see what deals I find over the coming week. And we'll chat more on Monday. I'll give you a full update on everything that's happening. There is a lot going on. So come back Monday and we'll chat more then. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again soon.